Stay ballsy. Don't take any shit from anyone.
1, 2, 3.
Forever diseased, forever ballsy, forever united, and some pulp. The greatest thing since sliced bread.
We must remain honorable and protect our brothers and sisters. Forever shitty, forever ballsy, forever pulpy. We are the Ramborgia. No face shall go uneffed, and no person will go uninfected. United in shit, one nation under balls, with gonorrhea and pulp for all. You will accept it into your mouth.
You've seen him trot the globe from Tennessee to Japan. You've watched him recount his tales of retail purgatory and watched as he destroyed another man's family heirloom photos. And now, 30 times, you've seen him produce the show, the best in free and optional entertainment. He's the best in free and necessary hosts. I present to you, for his 31st time, John Rambo!
Hello.
Welcome, everyone, to the
What the heck was
31st
that?
episode of the show. I'm OJ,
Oh my
and this
God.
is John Rambo.
Good God, man. Was that the movie phone guy?
I was going a little bit for like the creepy movie announcer voice guy.
I like it.
Why, thank you.
I like the way you move, sir.
You can't even see me from where you are.
OJ has returned to us.
Yeah,
You are back, sir.
I darn well better be.
You got your intro in.
Yeah, I got my intro, and I guess I'm on the 1s and 6s now.
It's just naturally you got moved. The 1s and 6. So I know you want to talk about where you've been and everything. We had a very crazy show lined up today. You might want to perhaps we'll talk about that next week and everything. Do you want to say a little something
About last week?
Yeah, just I know you got a lot of great messages from people and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I did want to
touch upon that.
I did want to thank everyone who gave me well wishes and stuff. If you guys didn't notice, my voice changed amazingly last week and my personality get better. I was actually out from the show. That was Howard, not me.
Yes, Howard kept your seat warm last week. You want to thank him again for helping us out.
Thanks, Howard. Last week, my grandfather all of a sudden became ill on Monday, and on Tuesday I headed out to Long Island to see him and the rest of my family, and he died that Tuesday, and I was pretty much there with my family for the remainder of the week. He was 92 and a great man, so he
Why don't you what's his name? Can you tell everyone?
his name was Raymond DiNatale.
Okay.
And he was a World War II veteran from the 45th Infantry Division, whose, I guess, insignia was the Thunderbird. He was I think he was a sergeant by the end of it. He was very proud of his time serving. He loved to build things with his hands. I think I got that a little bit from him. He was building stuff. He built tables for my family, like Lazy Susans. He built toys for me when I was a kid. He was an amazing man, and so many people came out to his wake. It was really rather touching.
Very cool. I mean, next week maybe we can tell some stories about the man. We'll do a more proper tribute.
Sure, that would be good.
That would be pretty cool. So today on the show, we're running a very different format from what we usually do here, from our usual happenings.
To say the least.
This week on the show is all about those that make the show possible. They create the music, they make the artwork, they leave the comments, create the catchphrases, they click the ads. Most importantly, they watch the show.
That's the important thing.
They do all the hard work. We just sit around and just talk about things. And you know who I'm talking about, because if you're listening to this, then you are in fact who I'm talking about.
It's you.
It's you, yes.
Someone set up us the show.
We can see you. We can tell that you're not wearing pants right now.
And we don't care.
Put some and we don't care.
It's your choice.
So today is a tribute to the beautiful people that make the show, the global phenomenon that is today. Welcome everyone to the show's Ramborgia Special Spectacular. The Ramborgia Special Spectacular. We're going to be joined by 8 different members of the Ramborgia Rebel Forces. And they're going to be talking to them, and they're going to be the stars today. Stars of the show today. I'm excited about this, sir.
Darn right I am. I've been hearing.
So
I've been speaking to these people. I want to hear them for real.
You want to reach out and hear and touch them. This is a very strange intro today. What's going on? That's good.
No, I'll be honest. I think the song "Personal Jesus" was just playing in my head, and it was just freaking me out. Reach out and touch me.
So I think today's going to be a little bit of a scheduling challenge, but we are up for the task. I anticipate this will be the longest episode we ever did, which is good for people that enjoy the show.
Or people on long 6-hour car drives.
And maybe longer than that, I don't know. But I'm really excited. It's going to be great. It's going to be pretty interesting to get out there and talk to everybody. So, sir, there's only one way to do it, and that's by doing it. So let us now do it.
To the phones!
All right, our first guest today is a man that's contributed incredibly beautiful artwork to the show, time and time again, including the Metal Gear Solid pick where I tell OG to put on pants, and the awesome Ramboholics wall pick I currently use as my personal desktop. I think you do too, right?
Yeah, until you had me change it for Schnauzman and Hole Punch.
Well, that happens. Welcome to the show, Jesse, a.k.a. Sturmgeist.
What's up, guys?
How's it going, man?
Nothing much, dude. Very positive day. Brought to us by Daniel Bryan.
What?
You're doing some yes chants out in the streets today?
Oh, yeah, dude. I do it in school all the time.
Nice.
Teacher asks you a question, you start saying yes.
I do it in front of the whole class. They know me when you hear yes down the hallway.
That's how you do. Spread the positivity.
The positivity and the disease. Yeah.
There you go. There. Right on.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad you're on, man. You're, I'd say you're one of the biggest fans of the show and my stuff, and I always see you posting stuff and sending us art and on Twitter all the time. So really glad to get to talk to you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
good.
Definitely, man. I mean, I'm very. I just love all the stuff that you guys do, Schnauzman, Project 7, the show. Everything's amazing, dude. You guys really deserve more credit than you guys already get.
Thank you, sir. I agree with that.
Thank you.
You deserve a lot more money too.
Definitely, man.
So you make all this awesome artwork. What's your background in art? How did you learn how to do all this stuff?
It was just a class in high school that it was a photoshopping class, and they wanted me to put this dog in this lawn or something like that. I didn't want to do that. I liked Photoshop, and because I used to go to these forums and I used to see people have these cool Mega Man stuff and these anime things, and I wanted to have those types of signatures and stuff like that. And I tried making them. My first ones were god awful; they were just horrible, but I liked them because they were mine.
Yeah.
And I just slowly started, I can't actually make my own creations like some people can make amazing things on their own from scratch from a blank canvas, but I'm better on alternating images and getting one thing. You give me 2 things, I'll make something out of it. So I saw that you guys were getting things for the show, so I said I might as well get these guys and put them on cool places or something like that, so you guys can have them on the show. I didn't think they were going to come out that good though.
You're definitely doing some awesome stuff, man.
Yeah, dude.
The one, my favorite one is the one with me and OG against the wall, and there's the dumpster and the whole background thing. Yeah. How did you make that? How did you do that?
The first one I grabbed whenever you and DSP were announcing the trailer for Project 7, where you were standing like a superhero.
That's how I always stand. I stand like myself.
Exactly. But you were a little extra pompous that day. You had that eyebrow raise. You had everything. I said, it'll be cool.
I had it all going.
Yep. Said it'll be cool if I just get a screen cap of that. And of course, I have to use some tools to kind of clip you out of the picture, make you transparent and stuff like that. And OJ, when he was reading one of his lovely books, I forgot which one, he was doing his reviews. And,
nothing lovely about that.
Yeah. His little hentai books or whatever it was. He was reading one of those.
They're not little.
Long dictionary size hentai book. Anyway.
Much better.
He was doing that, and since he had good shots of him just standing still there, I said, let me clip them both. Let me clip them both and let's put him on the wall. I just Googled alleyway or something like that. I just find a wall. I added the spotlights, and then I saw that, you guys are cut off from the waist down, and I kind of stretched it, made it seem like, you guys are painted on the wall, but I said, there's something blocking. I need to have something blocking the bottom part, so I just grabbed the dumpster. What better fitting thing for the show than a dumpster.
Right,
And,
exactly. Where it all belongs.
I'm surprised you didn't said nobody put us in the dumpster, like shut the door.
It's very iconic. So then I just grabbed the show. The show is just a simple text, and I added glow effects and a little box, and just made it seem like a nightclub or something.
Yeah,
I would go
that's
there.
freaking good work, dude. That's amazing work.
Yeah, thanks.
Staring at that image right now.
Yeah, anytime
Yeah.
people see that, like I have it on my as my desktop, people see that like, wow, that's looks like it's professionally done. It's like people think I paid someone money to make this for me, and like, no, I have people for that.
People, you've paid in entertainment, my friend. A lot of entertainment.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Aw, thanks.
So you mentioned that you started sending us artwork when we started putting it on the show. What inspired you to say, like, you know what, I'm going to make some art for those guys? Like, what made you do that?
Not to sound, egotistical or something like that, but some of the stuff that people were sending you, I said, I could do something better than that. Or, like, I could do, a cooler one or one that make cool effects. Not all of them are great, to be honest. I'm not bad-mouthing anyone. They're all great. But I wanted to make one that really stood out, you know what I mean? One that really made it seem like, I worked hard to make it seem cool. Because when somebody looks up the show, I want them to see a cool artwork on the clip, on the thumbnail or something. Be like, wow, these guys are pro.
So how do you come up with the stuff that you send in and do?
Really just ideas, you know what I mean? Like for the alleyway, I wanted to make two different ones because that was the great rivalry of the Ramborgia versus the Ramboholics.
Yes, the Great War. It was a war of 2012.
Which of course the Ramboholics lost, but
Neither side can be killed, so the war is just a stalemate because they're so powerful each side.
yeah, and I wanted to make a wallpaper for each, and Ramboholic seems more like slummy to me. I wanted to make two different ones for people to support the Ramboholics and the Ramborgia. The next one that I sent you, which I worked pretty hard on. I worked harder on the Ramborgia one than I did the Ramboholics. The one that said the Age of Ramborgia with the two of you guys in the portraits.
Yes. Yeah, no, that was great.
Classy.
Yeah, I
Very
really liked that
classy.
one. OJ had a perfect pose. I was looking through some of his videos because this is how I get my shots, and sometimes I almost want to tweet you guys, tell you guys to make a video or take a picture of you guys standing still so I can get a good picture.
Well, it's a good thing that I'm too lazy to move around much.
Well, you did. This one was perfect because you were literally holding the book and looking up at the heavens.
OJ's a classy fellow.
Yeah, he is. And he was
Until I
wearing
opened my mouth.
And I just took that picture and I said, that's great. I just screen capped it. And of course, I couldn't refuse Rambo's great pose of him in Project 7, his debut.
That's right.
With the Ric Flair going on, the pipe.
Enjoying my jacket.
Yeah, really good. With the hat still on, which is great.
Well, of course, yes.
So
It doesn't actually come off.
Yeah, I saw that. Pretty scary stuff.
So is that how? So how do you get the ideas for the stuff that you've been creating for us? I mean, from watching the videos or from just think of stuff?
Yeah, it's just think of things. Like something I'm at school and I just kind of like daydreaming about stuff and looking around, and I just get an idea. I said it'd be cool if I can put them on this or something like that. I have a new one which I just sent in a couple minutes ago that I want to be
Really? What the heck?
Yeah, if you guys want to check it out.
On the air, this guy's making art and sending it to us while he's talking to us.
You don't quit, man.
No, I actually do most of the once I get the idea and I go into Photoshop and I create the things. I'm usually listening to the show.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. So we keep you entertained while you're doing some of your stuff here.
Definitely, but it's also worth mentioning. I listen to the show multiple times. Every episode, I listen to it at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Wow, super fan.
I really do. I listen to it once here when it comes out at 12 o'clock in the morning. Again, when I'm doing the background, whenever it is, or even in some other project, not just the backgrounds. And again, I put it on my iPod and I take it to school and I read and I listen to it there while doing my work.
That's great, man.
Wow.
Let me ask you a question since you listen so much. What would you like to see on the show? What do you think we could improve, or what do you want to say about it? What would you like to see?
There's only a couple of requests, some things that I wanted you guys to touch upon, in a couple of next episodes that you guys kind of neglected. Other than that, I mean, I think the format's great. I think you guys really have a really good, cooperative chemistry there. You guys just kind of bounce off each other very well. And, there's a lot of people who, go to school and stuff like that. I'm actually in radio school right now to be a broadcaster. And there's people who, try to get that bouncing thing going. They try to get 2 people going in one show. It's harder than it is, but you guys are natural friends
Comes off really good.
Well, man.
Thank you.
At least I think you're natural friends. I don't know about OJ.
Well, the
Once
second.
we get off the air, I
yeah.
just start cursing at him mostly.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, the fights, the fighting, the backfighting. Oh my gosh, it's terrible.
But the two things that I want you guys to mention at some point, hopefully in the near future, is for OJ, of course, the best story never told. What happened with that white mage, man?
I thought we kind of put that to bed because
No,
people
no.
will not
nice
let it go.
choice of words. I
The
wish.
the details were never spilled, and they need to be spilled.
Oh no.
All right, someday. Anything else you're looking? Well, I'm writing this down. I'm making a list of stuff that you want us to talk about.
It's just that thing for OJ and one thing for Mr. Rambo here.
Yes.
A while back ago, one of the very first episodes of the show, you said that you were a ice cream man.
Yeah. We're gonna get to that.
And you said that was another story for another day. I'm waiting for that day.
We're gonna do like a summer, probably like in May. We'll do it soon because it was like the start of the summer. But I got some tales, and people were confused like what that meant. Like when guys like you worked at Carvel. No, I drove the ice cream truck. Okay, so I got a lot of stories about that. So we'll get to that.
I love the newly found Analyze OJ segments. Those are great.
Yes.
Or
That is excellent.
as I like to call Analyze OJ. I don't know how he feels about that.
Oh dear.
I try to get that trending worldwide.
Yeah, I saw you wrote that on Twitter. I thought I was pretty impressed by that. I was like, wow, it's really great.
Normally I'm a big fan of wordplay, but that's just a start. No, I'm just kidding.
Wordplay.
I didn't mean it that way. But
Well, so what are you into besides art? We talked about art.
Yeah.
What kind of other interests are you into?
A lot of things. I mean, me and John Rambo have had a couple conversations over Twitter. I actually have a lot in common with Rambo. Some things in our life actually mirror each other. But I'm into video games. I like, professional wrestling, huge wrestling fan since I was a kid.
Oh, wow.
I love music, old music like Beatles, Maiden, Sabbath, Judas Priest, that kind of stuff.
nice.
And pretty much that, and radio is pretty much my hobby now. I'm trying to get better, trying to become a broadcaster, training my voice, and doing different commercials, radio commercials, and things like that, voiceovers. So it's really
Did
interesting.
you mention that you're gonna do a radio show, right?
I'll eventually have an internet radio show, which I'll be able to, record things and, play on there. And I was hoping, a desperate attempt to get to talk to you guys, because I really do like you guys a lot. I'd
I'd love to get on there.
You're more
Yeah.
important to me than most of today's celebrities. Let's put it that way.
Wow, that
Wow.
means a lot.
Yeah. I get
So-
the feeling you're going to have a lot to teach us from what you've been saying.
Yeah, I have a lot to talk about, but anytime you guys want to talk, I'm always available.
All right, awesome, man. So what is your Twitter? If people want to find you and say hi to you, where can they find you online?
It's at Sturmgeist13. That's pretty much it. No other things. I don't really tweet much. I tweet a couple things to other people, especially during Raw, mostly bad-mouthing it.
Yeah, that's always fun.
A lot of stuff like that, but I do practice all the things you guys say. StayBallsy lifestyle is always great. I believe everybody should know about that. Even people who don't like the show or anything like that, you guys should hold seminars or something, just kind of have people in there. Just offer free food, get them in there. Just
Stay ballsy seminars, huh?
offer food and T-shirts, and once they're there, just lock the doors and go to town.
That sounds like a plan for something else, but I
I
like
like
it.
the way you think.
There's also this one thing that I wanted to mention. Make sure you were aware about, Rambo. Do you remember whenever you, DSP, and Howard would do the "Don't Blow This" streams where you guys would play ST all day, like on a Sunday?
Yes.
Do you remember one time when DSP was wearing his Sonic hat?
Yes, I do.
Do you also remember a certain fellow that was on stream telling you to put on the Sonic hat or else?
Was that you?
Yes.
You were threatening me.
I was the one saying, and you were the one there saying, I'm not putting on that filthy hat. DSP sweat is all over it. And I said, clean it out. I just wanted to see, even if you didn't do it on air, you could have went to the bathroom, taken off your hat, put on the Sonic hat, and come back. But you didn't do it.
Yeah, well, the other one doesn't come off. It's people want you to take your hat off. They understand it's very painful to have this attachment. It's really, I deserve a fund. People should do fundraisers for me and stuff.
It's actually an issue, but
This is the life that I have to live. Okay?
it's funny because in in those videos that you did behind the scenes with respect to Pac, when you guys are doing the Schnozman hole punch thing, you can catch a glimpse of the side of your head when you kind of fix your hat a little bit.
Okay.
And I was wondering if people were going to go crazy over it. It was just me. I thought you were about to take it off for a second there.
There's nothing really in there. I mean, people like at this point, I can't take it off because they'll just be so disappointed.
Yeah. Just keep it on.
What's under the hat? My head. That's what.
Oh.
So
Your
I don't know. If I'd ever do it, I'm gonna have to figure out how to way to like shoot fireworks or something out when I do it.
Yeah, your hat
Sparklers
is
are legal in Connecticut.
Oh man, fireworks are great. They're illegal everywhere though.
That's why they're great.
Speaking
All
of
right, sir. So can we expect to see some more great art from you in the coming weeks of the show?
Definitely. I mean, like I said, I just put one in right now. Not right now, a couple minutes ago. That I finished this last week, but I wanted to bring it in time for this week's show. I definitely want you guys to check it out.
All right, awesome. Definitely gonna take a look at it. I'm sure it's awesome. So, do you have any final words for the Ramborgia, sir?
Nothing much. Just you guys should keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully, it's not the last time you talk to your fans. Because I'm pretty sure there's other people who want to say something, tell you guys, and just keep being down to earth. I like your mentality that you're never going to be this big-headed, celebrity dude.
Yeah.
Plus, if you were big-headed, his hat wouldn't fit anymore.
That's another
What a
reason
great
why I support you guys, because you talk to you on Twitter, you're not gonna be like, oh, it's just a random guy, it's just a fan, screw him. You really talk back, and you actually care about your people. You put a lot of hard work into every single project you guys do, and it really shows.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
And I'd like to tell OJ, he is one of the best actors I've seen in my life, and I'm not even kidding.
OJ's really good.
Why people always get Oscars for like the dumbest movies, and OJ sitting here, with his shelves dusty? I don't know why.
Well,
Think
it's 'cause I
about
don't
this. You
clean,
take any of these Hollywood actors, you put them in a terrible costume, and give them like the stuff he has to do, and see if they can do it.
Well,
Exactly.
I don't think they can.
to be fair, the character's written a lot like me anyway, so it wasn't that big of a stretch. But thank you, all the
So you're
same.
saying in an alternate universe, you could have been Hole Punch, like in real life.
Dun, 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 dun.
Johnny, he is Hole Punch at this point.
He is Hole Punch.
He goes out at night with the suit on and does stuff.
I'm pretty sure that suit has seen more action than it's been on camera, but I won't mention it.
Wow. All right. It appears in some other types of videos as well.
Hentai?
Oh my. And we're back full circle, folks.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much for coming in, and hope to talk to you soon.
Awesome, yes. Thank you very much, John Rambo, no J. Take
All
care.
right, dude. All right, our next guest is someone that I'm proud to call my friend.
Yeah.
He started off as a viewer of Smart Guys, and somehow we started a special relationship together.
Very special.
A very close relationship.
Very special indeed. John is very close to my art.
It's not that close, all right? Let's chill out. So you may know him as Beatles12345. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Pro wrestling expert Matt is here.
I'd like to call myself a wrestling expert. I'm sure many smarks would disagree with me on that.
Matthew, how's it going today, man?
Good. How's it going with you?
It's going pretty good. OJ, you doing okay?
Yeah, man.
I gotta say, I'm nervous, man.
Don't
I've
worry
been
about
a long
it.
time fan of the show.
Are you nervous because OJ's here?
No,
I'll be good.
not at all.
Do you want OJ to leave?
No, not at all. In fact, I'm encouraged by his very presence in the room. He's got the look.
He's got the look that makes the girls go wild, like Shawn Michaels.
If I could book that, I'd give him the push.
All right, well, let's do that. This is a great thing we're getting into right now.
Yeah.
How would you book OJ in today's WWE? You're bringing a new character in OJ. What kind of gimmick would you give him? What do you think he should do to get over?
I would make him showcase his intellect, accentuate the mental power, hide the glasses. The glasses
Okay.
are nerdy. It needs to go.
So we'd have kind of like a nerd character type of
The
thing.
hat can stay. The cool little hat that he has.
Yeah. What about the ponytail? We have to take that out. Is that all right?
No, it worked for HBK.
That's true. That's
HBK
true.
could totally do that.
John, what do you think about this? What's going on here?
I can get contact lenses or something. I'm fine with the hat as long as you don't cut off my hair. I'm fine.
Yeah, that'd work. See, the cool thing about wrestling is that anybody, contrary to what you might believe, I believe that anybody in wrestling can get over as long as somebody believes in it. Everybody has talent.
As long as you give them the right, the right situation, hide the weaknesses, and
Yep. That's a Paul
Heyman style.
Yep. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Yes. So Matt, why don't you tell the story? How did we start our special relationship with each other?
I believe the first time I ever spoke to you was just shortly after you launched your Twitter account. And you
I remember this now.
You were training to go to Japan, or you were fixing to go to Japan, and the first thing I asked you was, would you be interested in creating your own channel and forming an unstoppable army of Ramboites? To which you said, maybe.
And look where we are today.
Yep.
And today we have that army years later.
So you might say I am responsible for you.
You created me.
Take that,
you got me over.
Yep. You
got me over in the eyes of the public, maybe.
I was your manager, man.
Right. Like Bobby Heenan.
Mm-hmm.
So you and I, we hang out a lot together on Skype during pay-per-views and Raws and stuff sometimes. So
yep.
We always have a good time. And I consider you a pro wrestling expert.
Oh, really?
Yes, I do.
I didn't really think I was that good.
I think you're pretty good. How did you get into wrestling in the first place? How did you start watching wrestling in the first place?
I started watching wrestling because my brothers were wrestling fans. And I never really got into it because I was so young and WWE was in the whole Attitude Era at the time. And you know how that is. Guy my age watching China strip out naked wouldn't be too good.
Well, no one wants to see that, though. I mean,
yeah. So I had to wait a few years, but when I did, the real wrestler that got me hooked on it was Roddy Piper. And about 2006, I had read that he had gotten into a match for the tag team titles. So I was like, I have to see this. And shortly before long, it just took off from there. And I don't know what it is. I've always considered myself, for those of you that don't know, I have a disability. I can't walk. So I've always tried to focus on, writing things. And that's what wrestling is. It's just, writing a story. And I was like, I could get into this. So
yeah, that's what I always loved about it. It's pretty much like, for people that don't watch it, it's like, real life superheroes, like fighting and storylines and it's a creativity in it and all kinds of. It's great theater, really, is what it is,
Mm-hmm, but so many people don't understand it.
Right.
See, I tried to turn my girlfriend onto it, and she's like, nah, she doesn't know what's going on with that.
We'll get her into it.
She's actually very good, and if she's watching, I would just like to say, Kat, hello, I'm on the show, look at me.
I'm on the show, look at me now!
I made it.
Yo,
Adrian, I did it!
Nice.
So Matt, I really like talking about wrestling with you. We talk a lot on Skype and stuff. I like talking to you because I'm kind of like an old, jaded fan. I've kind of seen a lot of stuff. I'm kind of negative a lot of times, and you always have a much more. What's that?
Go ahead.
Oh, I said you have a much more positive outlook on the business.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you feel you're so positive about the wrestling product of today?
Positivity is just something I have in general, given my situation. So, and one thing I've learned from ECW is that anything that looks bad on paper can always go somewhere. And unfortunately, in WWE's case, while they don't necessarily capitalize on that fact, the fact remains that if you think about it, it can still go somewhere good. And as long as you keep that positive outlook, there's still a chance you can enjoy it. Now, me, I even have my limits. Like I just told you last night, they had a segment with Kane and Paul Bearer, of all things. I don't know where that came from. Kane was in the ring, and all of a sudden Randy was on the Titantron, And he says, "Look who I've got, Kane. I've got your father now. You took out my father last week. I'm going to take your father out." And the camera pans to him, and he's stuck in the wheelchair. You know, the Edge had him in.
Yeah.
Remember? He was.
Wait. He's still he's in the wheelchair.
Yeah,
The Edge had him.
Yeah, he was in the wheelchair. He was tied up. He was tied up in the wheelchair, reminiscent of the Edge angle, and he locks him in a meat freezer.
Where's he been all this time that he's been in this wheelchair?
I don't know.
Wow.
Well, I gotta say, I mean, I don't know too much about a lot of the wrestling stuff. So if somebody like me who hasn't really watched too much wrestling, what's some matches or storylines you think they should check out?
Oh God, there's so many. There's Piper and Hogan from WrestleMania. That was a good feud. In modern times, I would tell you to check out the ECW stuff, because that's just an example of wrestling at its finest in my book. I mean, some might disagree with that, but when I look at ECW, I always think of, you know, that was the time when wrestling needed to change. It was very full of gimmicks, over-the-top characters. ECW just said, "Hey, let's just take the people we have talent and push them to the fullest." And Paul Heyman did that.
That's tell good stories and.
Yep. They were the first company to feature the hardcore style, you know, going through tables and steel chairs. Yep. But in terms of feuds, I would say, as far as recent times, I would probably say check out the HBK and Jericho feud from 2008. And in terms of very recent times, I would probably say check out Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Because that match is so booked to perfection, and my jaw dropped when I watched it. It was like a Ring of Honor match in WWE.
It was just that perfect?
Yeah. Like, the commentators were into it, the crowds were going crazy, and FCW was a small arena, so it doesn't generate a whole lot of noise. But that match really pushes things over the top for WWE standards. Excuse me, was about to lose my headphones again.
I'll do that.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff, man. But I would say check out ECW first of all.
Yeah, OJ actually went to an ECW show with me. I don't think he remembers anything about it.
I remember that there were some, as they called them, kendo sticks or shinai, and some nachos got thrown, and then there was some crazy stuff going on.
Do you happen to remember the phrase, "Oh my God"? Huh?
Oh man,
those characters were so, people don't know, like, those characters were so believable that I remember walking into a show and the Sandman was like sitting in a corner with the cane, like just out in the arena, and people were like no one was really going over to him. People were like afraid of him because you believed it like so much. Yeah, and that this guy's got my cane. I can't go talk to him. You know, it was crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And
I was like afraid to go up to him.
That's actually one of the things I admired about CM Punk during his heel run. He made it seem like he legitimately hated you. Like, there's a video of him at a house show telling the fans, "You have a vagina!" Right. He's telling the fans they have vaginas, and like, "Oh, I'm reeling you in."
Aww.
He was just a master at manipulating the crowd.
He takes his time to talk to the audience. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So for people that are big wrestling fans today, maybe some people are kind of down on things. What do you see as some good things that are coming people's way, and the things that people should look forward to seeing soon?
Number 1, Dean Ambrose. Number 2, Dean Ambrose. Number 3, Dean Ambrose.
All right, so why don't you explain who Dean Ambrose is to everybody who don't know?
Dean Ambrose is formerly known as John Moxley. He was competing on the indie circuit for a number of years and just got signed not too long ago. And ever since then, quite frankly, he's had a rocket strapped to his butt. He's been pushed to the moon, even in FCW standards. they've gone and made him the top heel, and they've done that just by letting him be himself. It's insane.
The guy probably, I mean, he could really be something in the main roster if they allow him to do it.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, his match with Seth Rollins that I told you to go check out, that's known as one of the premier matchups in FCW right now. They've been touting it as one of the best in their history, which is really good for me to see.
Wow. They got a lot of good guys in FCW that can come up soon and do some good things,
Yeah,
right?
I believe Claudio was just called up on SmackDown, and every talent that WWE signs goes through FCW. So Brian's been through there, Alex Riley's been through there. The Triple H's, by the time they get through to FCW, as you probably know all too well, Don, they don't always work out.
Right.
So, but
Well, a lot of times they bring guys up without any kind of purpose,
yeah.
so they have to.
hmm But what's so thrilling about Dean Ambrose is he has the confidence in himself just to go out and cut a promo. And I think that's what Vince likes about him. He knows that Dean is himself.
Right.
And he knows that he's already got a gimmick. I don't need to repackage him. But you could argue, well, that's what they did with Bryan. But in Dean's case, I really think he has more of the WWE frame. You know, the guy that Vince likes. He likes big guys.
He likes the big guys. That's what he loves.
Boy.
He likes to watch them oiled up in the ring.
And do things to other people while in a ring.
Where are we going here, now?
While millions of people watch.
Oh
Yes.
my.
Oh my.
Well, yeah, I agree. I mean, he's probably been my favorite wrestler the last couple of years, and he's another guy that he's such a good heel that if I saw him like like outside or something, I'd be afraid to like go up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's so believable, like you said, and so real. It's like I don't know, he might attack me if I like approach him.
And he stays in character all the time. Like even in his Twitter, I follow him. A lot of wrestlers do stay in Twitter, but the thing about Dean is you don't know if he's being in character or if it's him, because
Is that good?
he himself is just exactly whom he plays on camera. So
Right. All right, Matthew. Where can we find your stuff online? I know you have Twitter. I know you write a blog too sometimes. Where can people find all this stuff?
all my blog has been so defunct, and I've tried not to let it become defunct, but unfortunately it has, because due to my disability, I haven't been able to type very much. I remember the last blog I did, I was nearly out of breath before it got finished, so it's gonna be a while before that ever happens again. But if you want to find me, you can find me at Beatles12345 on Twitter. I have a Facebook, but I don't use it, so you might as well avoid it like the plague. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You can find me on YouTube at Beatles123. The problem is that there's a whole lot of videos on there that I'm not proud of because I haven't used that channel since I was like 16 or 17. So you can imagine a lot of it's
all Backstreet Boys.
A lot of it's just juvenile stuff. So I wouldn't recommend on using that as a gauge for who I am. But
all right. Matt, do you have any final words for the Ramborgia?
This is not the last you've heard of me. And John knows exactly what I'm talking about.
All right, let's talk about this now. So people may know we do Smart Guys, me and DSP, every Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes DSP cannot make it. It looks like a couple times a month now he's not going to be able to do Smart Guys. So what I'd like to offer you, Matt, I would like you to do an episode of Smart Guys with me the next time. The next time DSP is gone, because I always want to make sure there's a show, because people enjoy it. So next time he's gone, I don't know when this is, but I'd like you. We'll do it over Skype. Would you like to do Smart Guys?
All of my yes.
All right, good. That would have been weird if you said no. I don't know what I would have done.
I couldn't do that. You know, I could do that and leave you hanging, but I won't do that. I'm a nice guy.
All right, so it's a deal. I don't know. I'll find out when this is, but I want to
I
make
am
sure
an honest man.
for people that enjoy Smart Guys, I want to make sure there always is one. So we're gonna have Matt come in next time and carry the show for me.
I just hope I've carried myself well during this interview. You know, I don't always come across as the most educated when I speak, simply because, you know, I sometimes sound short of breath. But when you get to know me, I'm just a laid-back, goofy guy. So.
No need to apologize, sir. You did a great job.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
So definitely want to thank you for coming on.
Thank
And
you.
for being
It's been a pleasure.
for being my pal and watching shows with me and stuff, and
Thank you.
kind of giving me a different perspective on things sometimes. So
And I would just like to further wrap this up by saying that if some of you have not seen wrestling and want to check it out, the WWE product might not be your best resource right now, but I would recommend Ring of Honor. They've really got the best wrestling today, bar none. So
I think it's the best TV show every week.
yeah, I think so many people. That's what I talk to you about sometimes. Sometimes when you do Smart Guys, it kind of neglects Ring of Honor a little bit, and you've touched on that. But
Right.
I think more people should give it a chance. I mean, just because it's smaller doesn't necessarily mean that it sucks. And it's
We'll have to definitely talk about this when you come on Smart Guys.
it's not
But,
it's not full of vanilla meat. It's brother. Brother.
Well, there's the thing, you can't compare it to WWE. Like, a lot of people do that because they come from WWE and they go, oh, let me see this Ring of Honor. It's completely different worlds because, I mean, your WWE's a multi-million-dollar corporation, and then you have Ring of Honor, which is a lot smaller, so you can't really, do that.
And I really haven't even touched on TNA yet. I mean,
All right. Matt's ready for Smart Guys next time.
yeah, I've already ran you long. I'm sorry.
No problem, sir. So we'll see Matt again.
I just want to say it was a pleasure meeting you, sir.
Thank you, John.
I
Or
want to
other
get that in
John.
there.
I'll just call you John. I like calling you John. I'll call
I'll
you
take it.
John, and I'll call him John. Yeah, you John.
Excellent.
We'll know who you mean.
All right, Matt, did you have a good time on the show?
Yep, I really did. It was amazing.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
man.
We are now joined by a longtime supporter of JohnRamboPresents, to which I'm very thankful. Welcome to the show, Sam, a.k.a. Hail of Bullets.
Hey,
How's it going?
pretty good. How about you guys?
I'm doing very good. OJ, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for
Are you
asking.
telling the truth?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So,
I just had sushi.
Sam,
It's awesome.
what was that?
I just had a really nice dinner, so I'm good.
Why are you interrupting the interview with talking about your sushi? Come
You
on.
asked how I was, and then you said you didn't believe me.
All right, that's enough. So, Sam, I think you're actually our first Canadian guest we ever had on the show.
Awesome.
We're actually having Chris on today, but he's on later on, so you actually are the first one.
Sweet. Representing Canada.
So how's things in Canada? Why don't you talk a little about what's going on?
Well,
from your-
right now it's actually pretty cold out. Kind of looks like
Really?
we're going to get more snow again.
Oh, it's lame. We had no snow at all this year. It's pretty great.
I disagree with you, John. It was not pretty
Do
great.
you like the snow, or is it kind of bother you?
I love the snow. I
Like-
would have I would have winter all year round if I could.
OJ's basically Canadian because you live very close to the border for like a long time. So he's become Canadian.
I keep all my milk in bags, and I put horrifying things on my French fries.
That's the way to do it.
So if I ever need good health care, can I go up to Canada and you'll vouch for me and say like I'm a Canadian and I can get health care?
I'll hook you up.
Oh, thank you. So I know that you're big into games, right? Is that correct?
Yep.
What games are you playing currently these days?
Right now I just got The Witcher 2, and I've been
Wow.
playing that a bit. Other than that, I've been trying to play Kingdoms of Amalur, but I can't really get through it. It's not really that great, but
It's not fun.
no. I had,
Maybe it'd be more fun to destroy the game, maybe.
yeah, I think it would be. I had high expectations for the game, but didn't quite meet them.
What about, did you play Mass Effect 3?
I did.
What did you think about the whole ending controversy? Were you one of those people that wants to sue them, or you thought it was all right?
Oh.
I was kind of okay with it, I guess. I kind of expected what happened, but what made me angry is that all of the decisions that I made in the first 2 games just didn't even matter. But
Yeah.
other than that, I was okay with it.
Ouch. Well, so that's one thing you weren't too terribly pleased with, it sounds like, but what are some of your favorite games that you've really liked, from any time period?
One of my all-time favorite games would be the first Fable. I have played it many, many times.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun. I actually
Yes.
finished that one. That's a sign of a good game right there. Well, what did you like most about it?
I don't know. It was funny. It had good gameplay. I don't know. It kept me intrigued. I played it hours on end.
Do you think it was better than the other ones?
Definitely.
It's the best Fable, you think?
I think so.
Yeah, it seemed like they got worse as time went on. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's still pretty fun.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
What other games do you like?
I like the.
I saw you play Dragon Age, right?
Yes, the first Dragon Age was good. The second one, not so much, but
I see you playing stuff because you're actually on my friends list on Xbox Live.
Yep.
And I was supposed to play Fable with you, but I never did. So
yeah, what's up with that? Jeez.
So but I see you playing stuff now and then. Well, I don't even use the Xbox for games anymore. I pretty much go on because I have the HBO app is on there now for me.
Okay.
I just watch stuff all day, but I see you playing Dragon Age and stuff, and you're always playing pretty good games. So.
Yeah, I'd like to think I have good taste in games.
All right. So, what are you looking forward to playing for the rest of 2012 that's coming out?
I'm not too sure really. I just bought the Walking Dead game on the PC, so
Yeah.
I have that to play, and Dragon's Dogma looks pretty good, and I don't know.
I don't even know what's coming out. Are you into Resident Evil or any of that stuff?
I liked
6.
I liked the first ones. I'm not too sure how I feel about the 6th one, but I'll give
You
it
have
a
good
try.
taste. You have good taste, is from what you're telling us here.
Yeah.
What other interests do you have beyond games and stuff, and what's going on with you? Tell us anything. We're here to help. You have any questions about things or anything you want to say?
You're here to help, eh?
Yes.
Well, lately I've been reading the Game of Thrones series.
Yes.
They're pretty awesome.
Yeah. You watching the show?
Yes. But
what are you thinking about compared? Because you're reading the books. How does it compare to the show compared to the books?
I really like it. I read the books first, and then I'll watch the show as it goes on. I'm only on the second book, so I haven't been watching the second season too much. But the first season I really enjoyed. I liked the actors that they picked, and
Yeah, they're really good.
Amazing.
I am a big fan of Sean Bean. So
You
It's
must really
it's
love this series then, huh?
every episode's like a full the movie.
yeah,
It's scary.
Production, it's amazing.
yeah.
Must have spent millions of dollars making this stage.
I think they did. Didn't they just ship everybody out to New Zealand or something, then go, all right, do it?
I have no idea, but they're kicking ass with that thing. I really I didn't read the books. I refuse to read. But I'm watching the show every week. So
You should read the books. They're pretty good.
yeah,
Yes.
all right, I might do it.
They're so long though.
I know. I look at them in the store. I've actually gone to the store a few times and I see them on the shelf because they put them all out now right in the front.
Yep.
I just look at how thick it is, and I'm like, I don't know about this.
Well, we could cut it in half for you.
That's a terrible joke.
You should get someone to read it to you.
That'd be great. OJ,
All right, you want me to do this?
I'm gonna tuck myself into bed every night and sit and lay down. And you can call speakerphone. You read to me gently.
Game of Thrones bedtime stories.
Yes.
And Tyrion did throw the wine into his face.
I'm gonna get OJ reading the parts about the the sex scenes basically. And we'll record him reading those parts, and then we'll put it out as a video on YouTube.
Do it.
Oh, no.
What else is going on, Sam?
Oh, not too much, really. I feel like I'm constantly working, so I don't have as much time to play games and all that stuff as I would like to, but
Yeah, that's a bummer, right?
it is.
You ever feel like if you had the ability to, if you didn't have to go to work, right? that you could accomplish something incredibly huge if you had like a lot of free time? Do you ever feel that way?
Probably, but you know what? I'd probably end up getting too lazy, and I would just still sit around and play games.
That's a fair answer. What about you, John? You ever feel that way?
I think that I could do something if I had enough free time. Otherwise, I'd go bored and go insane. So yeah, I think I would do something or go nuts.
Your job holds you back?
It doesn't hold me back. It funds all my crazy projects, actually.
Do people at your job know that you do this? Do you do this stuff on the internet like you do?
Yes.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay with this?
Apparently.
Seb, do you have like a YouTube channel or Twitter or anything like that? You wanna plug or anything we could plug for you?
No, I'm actually really lame like that. I don't really have a YouTube or Twitter
It actually
or
makes
anything.
you cool, I think.
Yeah.
What do you think, John?
Yeah, I only ended up with a Twitter account because of communicating with people for the show and for YouTube and stuff. So I think that it sounds like your communications with people are going to be much more personal and stuff. So I think that's a point in your favor. No offense to people who do have Twitters. Just saying.
What am I supposed to plug for you? Give me something. Like, what am I supposed to do? Just give out your phone number.
John,
Get
we
a lot
can't
of
dial
creeper
Canadian
calls.
phones. It doesn't work.
We don't have phones in our igloos.
Wow, really? Where should if I want to go to Canada, I once said that I want to go to Canada on the show, and I said I want to go to Toronto, and people were like, don't go there. I don't know why, but where should I go if I wanted to go to Canada?
I don't know. I like the more like nature areas, so I would say go to Temagami. It's a pretty cool town.
Well, I never even heard of that.
I don't know if I can spell that.
Nobody has heard of it. That's the beautiful thing.
That sounds awesome. Did you ever come to the U.S.?
I've been to New York a couple of times, but
Oh, like New York City?
no, just Buffalo. I have some family living in Buffalo.
Oh, man. Yeah, I've been there. Buffalo's cool. They have wings.
Do you plan on coming? Would you like to come anywhere in the U.S., like California or something, or any plans to?
I actually.
Or you still care? You're like, I don't care about the U.S. Why are you asking me this?
I actually want to go to Ohio because of Cedar Point.
What is that?
It's an amusement park.
Oh, okay. Is it like roller coasters and stuff?
Yeah.
It's like It's like the biggest roller coasters, right?
It has some pretty big ones.
Are you like a roller coaster enthusiast or amusement park enthusiast?
I love roller coasters and amusement parks and all that stuff.
Awesome. Where's some that you've been on?
I've been to Darien Lake, which is also in New York. I've been on a bunch of the rides there, like the Superman, and we have one in Toronto called Wonderland, and it's not the greatest, but it's got some fun rides.
All right, I'll check that. Is Toronto worth checking out? Or should I go there?
I'd say so. It's pretty cool.
All right, I'm probably gonna go eventually.
How far is Toronto from Temagami?
Probably 5 or 6 hours.
It is a little bit farther then.
Yeah.
Can't do both in one trip, John. I'm sorry.
Monogamy into Tagami. Say that 5 times fast, OJ.
Monogamy and Temagami. Monogamy and Temagami.
All right, you don't literally mean to do it.
Challenge accepted.
Oh man. So Seb, you've been watching my stuff for pretty much from the beginning. You've been a supporter of my channel and my endeavors for a long time. Really appreciate that.
Oh, not a problem. You're one of the few people that I actually watch on YouTube, so.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So I want to thank you for coming on today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Without you coming on, it'd been just a bunch of gross dudes talking to each other. So kind of definitely better for everybody, I think.
Would have been a big sausage fest.
Yeah, nobody wants that. So, all right, that was great. I hope you had a good time. Did you enjoy?
Yeah, it was great.
All right, great. Anytime you want to come on again, let us know. So.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you for all the help and support.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
Our next guest on this, the Ramborgia Special Spectacular, can be found at youtube.com/tehcrazgaming. Welcome to the show, Chris, a.k.a. Kraz.
How you doing?
How's it going, man?
That's going good. It's been a good day today.
What have you been up to?
Actually, I've been looking for a job.
Okay, that's good stuff.
Yeah, I just graduated.
Oh, congrats!
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We should all be so lucky to graduate.
Yeah, most of us, and now you get in the rat race of finding a job.
What did you graduate from?
New England Institute of Technology, New England Tech.
Wow. You're in New England. Where are you located at?
I am in Rhode Island, actually.
Oh, right on. Been there many times.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lovely small state.
Actually, we've probably crossed paths a few times back in the day of Tokyo game action.
Okay, you mentioned that to me, and I was going back and forth with you on PMs at one point.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I went. I didn't go to TGA when I was in Rhode Island. I went to the Massachusetts location a lot.
Yeah, I hopped up there one or two times, or a few times, I should say. I don't remember exactly how many, but that location was gorgeous.
Yeah, it was a nice place.
Oh man!
Very good
Shout out to
setting.
everyone who may be listening. That was part of the TGA family. Miss you all.
I see some of those guys now and then, and so it was cool. And yeah, the place got flooded eventually, and then they shut it down.
Yeah, well, the roof broke during an ice storm, and then the water froze on everything.
Right.
Yeah, that was just terrible. The guy who ran that, Andy, he got screwed on so many levels, and I feel really, really bad for him. And
yeah, there's also a place people that don't know it was an arcade that had probably 20 to 30 Japanese arcade cabinets in it.
oh my god, it had
wow.
ridiculous. Yeah, there was. It started off as pretty much Beamani games, which is like Dance Dance Revolution, Beatmania 2DX, Drum Mania, all that kind of stuff. And Andy branched out into fighting games, and that brought in a whole bunch of people.
Right.
And it was just ended up being like a premier location for those two type of games in the Northeast for 5 years, 6 years, something like that.
Yeah, for that run was great. I mean, you pretty much go up there every month, once a month for the ran bats and
Yeah, those were fun times.
Some good times. So, I want to thank you for coming on, man. You're friends with Delane?
Yeah, I'm friends with him. We're part of the same Let's Play community for a network called TGN.
Oh, okay. Right on. So yeah, Delane was on. We interviewed him several episodes back. So
He was the one that actually referred me to you.
excellent. So
Yeah.
glad to have you.
No. If anything, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to come out and be a guest. It's an
Well,
honor.
thank you for thanking me. I appreciate that.
We can go on. We can go like this all night.
We can, yes. So I know you have your own. You have a great YouTube channel of your own. Why don't you tell everybody what's going on over there? And also, you should spell it for all of us too, so people can type it in and subscribe to you right now. You know?
I hope everyone does. The YouTube channel is tehcrazgaming, TEHCRAZ gaming. Should I spell that one out too for him? I don't know.
Oh, sure. Why not?
GAMING. Pretty much, I do Let's Play commentaries of video games. Right now, it's been the lull after Christmas, so there hasn't been a lot of games coming out. And I'm also kind of a little bit on the low on the cast side, so I haven't been able to do a lot of recent stuff. But it's doing Let's Plays, and it's doing it in a more blind fashion rather than the pre-planned stuff that someone like Total Biscuit might do.
Okay.
It's a lot of I know enough of the game, or I know enough of how to play this type of game to play through it and get the raw experience. And the reactions you're getting from me are, I haven't seen this before, so I'm not going to try to fake being surprised or fake being scared at something.
You don't play the game and then go back and edit your own voice into it.
No, or I haven't played the game 10,000 times and gone back into it and trying to do a speedrun or anything like that.
Right.
It's a style of, I love capturing, and I did this a lot when I was doing video stuff at where I graduated from in New England Tech. I like capturing the kind of human element of it, where everything is genuine. The reactions, the thought process, even if you get lost in the game, your moments of frustration and anger, and I mean, we know how much people love that from Phil.
Oh yes.
But capturing those I think is one of the most important things about doing something along this lines, because it's real.
Right.
You're getting the actual commentators' real thoughts, their real frustrations, real happiness, real excitement, scared, etc., and something like that. I think is just it. I don't want to try to grandiose the whole thing, but I think it's powerful when you can actually know that, oh wow, this is how they actually feel, rather are they actually acting this?
Yeah, people can relate to that more too, because it's like I play games and
Yeah,
I
and
feel some
everybody's
instinct myself.
yeah, everyone's been in those situations before. I mean, they can really go along with you. They know what you're going through, man.
Exactly. I'm one of my Let's Plays. It's been like 50 episodes so far, and it's an old game called Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, and a lot of
nice.
people. Yeah, it's a great game. Very very buggy. You need a lot of patches to get it to work, but it's actually a very very gripping game in terms of how like just the methods at which you can go about things. If you've ever played the original Deus Ex, you know what game I'm talking? Yep, it's like that, but with vampires that are not Twilight.
Oh, too bad. Come on.
It's good. It was a very, very good game, and there's a lot of. It's been out for so long, and the community for it is so tight. Everyone is like trying to do a let's play of that, but already playing through the game. It's like, oh, well, everyone's already seen that. But the second I started doing a blind one through, because I've never played it before, and everyone's like, oh wow, we get to watch someone else experience this for the first time, and they're laughing at all the mistakes I'm making and everything that I'm missing, and it's very, very good.
They're not being jerks, I hope, right?
No, they're not being jerks. It's a very, very. I don't know if I want to. Am I allowed to curse?
They're just happy that you're enjoying a game that they enjoy.
Yeah. It's just like that friendly, sarcastic, talk back and forth to each other, and
right.
it's good. And it's one of my most successful Let's Plays that I have on there. I'm not like the biggest channel out there, but in terms of what people like to see, they really like that. Apparently, I've done it so much that I'm actually doing a second playthrough, and I'm streaming that one live.
Oh wow! Nice. Where do you stream at?
I have my own YouTube channel, which is UberCraz007. I've had this for like years. It's on a Twitch TV.
Okay.
UberCraz007. I stream on there from time to time a whole bunch of different games. I'm actually doing 2 Let's Play streams, Monday and Wednesday.
Do you put the videos from the stream right onto YouTube after that? Or is it, okay.
I break it up into parts along the week. Half-hour segments for each one. I do 2-hour streams on each game, and then randomly I'll hop on and play some other, random games. Maybe a few games of League of Legends or Tribes Ascent. What, you're a League fan?
Yeah. Some of my friends are a lot more competitive than I am, and just watching the rage set in.
Oh my god, the rage is great.
It's funny. It's like you're playing a game that's free. You did not invest any money into this necessarily, and they're so mad.
I can understand why people get mad, because all it takes is one person to ruin 20 minutes of your day.
20, try 40, man.
It depends, because if you ruin it really bad, you're surrendering at 20 minutes. But it takes, especially when it gets to like 40 minutes, all it takes is one person to screw it up, and you're at a position in one spot and you get caught, and then the game's over. So I can see where the rage comes from, but all those types of games, Dota, Heroes of Newerth, all that have the most hyper competitive, almost vile community. Not to hate on the guys, but it's just like you say one thing, it's like, oh my, screw you, you're terrible, your parents should have had you, or stuff like that. So, well, I died once.
So the guys want to play.
Exactly.
Which button attacks again? Oh,
that makes them
surrender.
Mad.
That's why I missed we were talking about the TGA, the arcade days. People act like that. You just put them in their place in person.
Oh yeah. You challenge them to a money match.
That's when men were men.
Yup. Put the money up, $20. $20. I bet you I can beat you in a set of 3.
And if it doesn't work out, you take it out to the parking lot afterwards.
I don't know. I think I could have taken some of the people back then.
In a physical fight?
Yeah, I think I could have taken 1 or 2 of those.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe not. You remember J-Juice, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't take him. No. But there were some I probably could have. Oh man, I'm getting just flooded with memories of that time.
Aww.
I'm a very nostalgic person.
Yeah.
Well, considering you're playing some games like Psychonauts and stuff for your playthroughs, how do you like that? I'd say for a lot of people that's gonna be pretty nostalgic unless they haven't seen it yet. But how do you choose what you're gonna be playing on there?
I've been a member of Steam for years. Since the day 1 release of Steam, I was there, and I've invested.
Steam was really bad.
Yeah, back when Steam was for 2 years in a row was rated the worst piece of software to have been released for gaming.
Yeah.
But I've spent probably too much money on games, so I just have a massive Steam list of games, and I just kind of look down at which one would be fun. because I mean, I want to jump on bigger releases, but at the same time, there's so many people who do Let's Plays now that get like they know a shop that breaks the street date, or a company will give them something, and then they'll have a video up 2-3 days before the game is even released, and that hits like 100,000 views, and on day one you have everyone that's like you have the big YouTubers. Phil does like midnight releases all the time, and he'll go and have like 10 episodes up on the next day, and it's hard to jump into that, like a big AAA release on something like that. So I mean, I try as much as I like to, because I want to do Max Payne, Max Payne 3 so bad, but I'm a PC gamer, and we get that a week, I think like 9 days after consoles do.
Well,
exactly. I don't get it. Wouldn't you want to front load all the money? I want to give you money. You give me game.
Wait your 9 days.
It's
all corporate shenanigans. Like, who knows why that is? Maybe that somebody wants exclusively for this period of time, and some guy got paid off or whatever.
Yeah, but it's for both consoles.
Right.
Like that's what bothers me, is that both Sony and Microsoft paid these guys money to say, hey, release now. It's like,
I don't know.
It just bothers me.
Is it a PC game ported to console, or a console game ported to PC?
Rockstar said that they were working on both parallel.
Oh, Frel.
Wasn't the original Max Payne PC first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. Did it even get released on consoles, the original?
Yeah,
it did.
I got it for the
good,
Xbox for $5 after I beat it for PC.
The original Max Payne was great. I love noir stories, and something like that was just I love it. It's one of my favorite universes, I suppose, in terms of like game universes and stuff like that. I mean, I was a little disappointed with Max Payne 2.
Well, how do you beat Max Payne 1?
Huh?
Well, how are they supposed to follow up Max Payne 1?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was just more disappointed with the ending of 2, and then I mean, I don't want to talk about it in case anyone hasn't played it. Go play it if you haven't. Like, go to Steam right now. It's cheap. Honestly, go to your local video game store. Just pick up the game because it's worth it. And I don't want to spoil the ending for 2, but it's obvious because how there was 2 endings.
Yeah.
And now there's only one way you can really continue that with Max Payne 3, and they already said they've already, like, in the trailers for 3 and everything like that, they've already stated the way that it happened. So it's like, all right, they took out an entire ending.
What about the Max Payne movie? Does that tie into the storyline at all?
No. What movie?
Yeah,
what movie are we talking
about? It's a shame they never made a Max Payne movie. That might have been pretty cool.
It could have been
I don't know what you're
great.
talking. Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg, it was great.
No, we're getting nothing here. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so what can we expect to see from your channel in the coming months?
Well,
Stuff.
of course you're gonna. Well, I'm gonna try to get Max Payne 3. The problem with that is that Rockstar's really, really, really stingy about who they allow to have their footage up with.
Right.
And I've been sending emails to Take-Two, like their copyright division, being like, hey, can I get permission to do a Let's Play on this? And I've sent like 5 emails so far, and no one has gotten back to me.
Right, yeah, I've heard they don't like the cutscenes, I guess.
Yeah.
You might get away with it without cutscenes, that kind of sucks.
I mean, unless I can talk over it and invoke fair use the entire time, I mean,
yell.
that would be terrible. I mean,
You know what you could do?
What?
Just make little stick figure animations yourself for the cutscenes of something ridiculous, and just splice it in there when it happens.
You should.
I like it. I might try that.
Play like some copyrighted music and just have a whole, just like 5 different copyright things going on at once to confuse the whole system.
What do we hit them for? Can we
Well,
select
yeah.
that many?
Yes.
All of the
I don't know, I'll get like the Beatles, Metallica, footage from
Godfather in the background.
Yeah,
in the
just
corner.
every single major copyright thing. I'll just splice it all in there and say, here, have fun.
Right.
Oh man, that would.
Looking on your channel, actually, it looks like you've done a podcast of some sort.
Yes, me and a bunch of friends, we actually decided we wanted to, because one night we were randomly coming up with ideas for a game. You're like, you know what? This would be a really, really awesome game. And we spent like 2 hours just out of the blue talking about different ideas to how to make this game. And someone's like, we should make a podcast for this. Just
Cool.
to creatively develop a game. And we started doing that, and we got 3-4 episodes in, and then we found out someone's pretty much already making that game and has been making it for like 4 months. So it's just like, oh, now we can't. And we decided to just, kind of let it be.
They didn't steal your idea from the podcast, did they?
Oh no, it was in development
doing
for
it.
months before. But the idea is great. The whole idea was for like, you know how most of these zombie survival games is more on the killing zombies and that kind of stuff, less on the survival.
Yeah.
Flip that around and make it more on the survival aspect of the game and having to manage food, manage water, make sure that you have ammunition, weapons that you're not hurting, and that it's like killing zombies is the last resort because the last thing you want to do is draw attention to yourself because you get bit once and now you're infected and it's pretty much game over. Like it's
that's interesting.
A really really hardcore type game, and we had these crazy ideas. Make the city become procedurally generated, so every time you load in, it's a completely new game, and it's like a city that is 1-to-1 scale with the size of New York City.
Oof.
Wow.
And there was so many off the wall crazy ideas that we had that they can be implemented, but it's just a matter of, can that development, is there enough money for this company to make that kind of development process to go through?
Right.
I think it was a great idea, and people who like the survival aspect of games would probably love it, but it's definitely one of those, our eyes are far too big for our stomachs, and none of us know how to do any programming, so we can't even work.
Hey, you never know. You got to keep, just keep coming up with ideas, man. Just,
just stay creative. I mean,
stay creative. Yeah.
That's the best thing you can ever do. Always. I mean, I shouldn't be saying that. Like, if I really want to make it, I'd probably crack open a programming book and learn to at least attempt to try to do something. But
there's different. There's different sides to games. There's the creative side, and there's the people that actually program it and stuff. So
and it's crazy the way that at one point that's how it was. There was this huge separation between the two, but now it's like these indie developers. They're like 3-4 guys that are running everything by themselves. The indie market has surprised the hell out of me in the past 4 days. Or past
4 days.
Yeah, for 4 years.
Well, I mean, if you look at stuff like, Microsoft's XNA Studio, I mean, that helped make things a lot more accessible. When you look at the markets, on the PlayStation Network, the Xbox, and, just markets, for downloading games on the PC and whatnot, they really made it a lot more accessible for a group of random people to make a game and get it out to consumers.
Mm-hmm. And then you have something like Kickstarter now, which is like the best thing to have happen to like small studio gaming, and pretty much a lot of things. I've known about Kickstarter for like 8 months now.
Yeah.
Because I'm heavy into video, and that was being used a lot to fund documentaries and stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, this is really great. But I never actually thought of being able to transfer into like bigger PC titles. And now look what happened. Like Tim Schafer's coming out with a point and click adventure game. When was the last time we saw like a big name do that?
I mean,
you gotta get this all about the funding.
Yeah, exactly.
There's other ways to get it beyond these corporations, and
it goes to show that like some of these big names can get big money. I mean, Wasteland 2 got $3.1 million.
Wow.
I threw in $75 for that myself, and I'm jumping up like for joy because the whole post-apocalyptic setting is like one of my favorite settings in anything.
Whoa.
Except for real life.
Oh yes. Oh god. Oh good lord.
Wait, didn't they just get Leisure Suit Larry like on Kickstarter, and didn't it make enough money for them to make a new game for that?
It was on
That's
Kickstarter. I don't know if it actually hit its goal.
People love that game, dude. I know a few people that just love that game.
Oh yeah, that game was hilarious back in the day. I mean, I didn't have the money to throw anything at it, but that
if you're from that era, you appreciate it more than someone that's like, what the hell's this?
Exactly, and especially with things like Shadowrun. Like that Shadowrun game has $1.5 million behind it now too.
Dang. Wow.
Yeah, all these games are just coming up, and then you have the small studios are getting noticed too, like the guys who were making this roguelike top-down spaceship game called Faster Than Light.
Whoa, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, and they asked for $10,000 and they got like 100 and change. and the game looks great too, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the next like year of gaming because
it's a whole revolution going on, I guess, right?
It is, and it's a great time to be a gamer. It's a great time to be a small studio because if you have an idea and you can pitch the idea well, it can come out. And I don't know, I'm just so super excited for this. I really, really am.
Awesome, man. So you're planning to play some of these on your channel, some of these indie games?
Oh yes. Once the Faster Than Light beta ends up coming out, if you paid $30, you will become included into the beta for that. And I talked to the developers and asked them, hey, you mind if I put some video highlighting this out? And they're like, yeah, sure, go ahead and do that. So
cool,
I'm doing that. I'm going to do Wasteland 2 when that comes out because I am ridiculously excited for that game. Other games I plan on doing this year, I mean, Diablo 3 is obvious. That I'm doing. I already know what I'm doing. I'm doing a playthrough of the monk class.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, well, monks have always been like my favorite kind of class whenever I could pick it, because you got you got this buff guy walking around with a staff that's just gonna smack you in the back of the head or punch you with like 10,000 punches, all like old school Chinese martial arts style. I love that.
Wow.
And
that's gotta be a little vicious.
It is a little vicious. It's crazy. What else? I want to do Max Payne 3, but I can't for sure say that I'm going to be allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I had a whole list. BioShock Infinite I plan on doing.
Oh yeah,
Borderlands 2.
I can't wait for that. Oh my gosh.
Borderlands 2 is just like my nerdgasm. Like, I saw the trailer for that and my jaw was just like on the ground.
Now it's 200% more wub wub.
Yup.
I don't even...
Right, do you have anything beyond the YouTube channel? You have a Twitter and all that stuff? You want to plug anything?
I do have a Twitter. Okay. I already gave the... let me get that Twitter real quick. I had it on the tip of my tongue and now I can't remember the name of it.
Better be clean.
Oh, it's clean. It's just tehcrazgaming. Derp. I couldn't remember if that's what it was or not.
So tehcrazgaming on YouTube and on Twitter.
Yep. And that's pretty much all I have at the moment in terms of ways to talk to me or get in contact. That you can just contact me through my YouTube page, and hopefully, I'm still growing, still gaining subscribers every day, and that means people are liking what I do. So hopefully that's
what it's all about.
Yeah. Hopefully, I am partnered, and I'm glad that I'm getting some views, and I have an opportunity to make some money with this. And if I could make this my life, I would. Oh my god, something like this would be amazing. But I'm more.
You're having fun as well, right?
Yeah, I'm having fun. I'm more happy to provide entertainment.
Right.
I really some of the messages I've gotten from people have floored me. And I know I'm not the only Let's Player to get this kind of stuff. I've had some people say, well, me and my girlfriend, we live a country apart in Europe. We live in 2 different countries, and we sync up your videos on Skype, and we both watch your videos, and it's something for us to do. And then someone else said they had a broken leg, and they watched my entire Dead Island Let's Play in one day, and it helped them like forget about like the pain he was in and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh my god, really? And I swear to God, my eyes watered up a little bit when I heard that. It was
it's definitely blows your mind.
Like, it's humbling because I'm doing this for fun, but I'm also having more of an impact on someone's life, and that right there is something more than I could ever ask for doing this.
Awesome! Congratulations on all the success, and
we
definitely wish you more in the future. And if anytime you want to come back on, just let us know. We'll get you back.
Oh man, I would love to be a staple character on this show. This show,
okay.
I like this show. I really, really do. You guys provide a great amount of entertainment. You talk about some awesome things, and you guys are really good at what you do. And I'm honored to be part of this show.
Try our best.
Aw, thank you.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Do you have any final words for everyone?
Come check out the YouTube channel. At least drop a line. I love to talk to my fans. I try to respond to a lot of comments that are said. I like to have fun. Check me out when I stream. And I hope if you don't like it, I apologize. I'm sorry that it wasn't your cup of tea. And hopefully we become friends. If not, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right.
And
thank you. We will revive TGA someday.
Oh my God! If I could, I would in a heartbeat. Oh my! If I ended up winning the lottery, first thing I'm doing is buying a building, putting down TGA, and I'm gonna fly Andy back over and have him run the store for the rest of his life.
Aww.
Yes. So look for that in the future, everyone.
Yes, everyone look out, because that Powerball's getting there.
Right. I'll be playing as well, so maybe with the two of us playing, it might happen.
I like it. Let's do
Doubles our chances.
Yeah, exactly. We could buy 4 tickets, and that quadruples our chances.
Yes. Now we're thinking.
Yes.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.